Tensions over Ukraine's future are once again at the center of international debate, this time with Moscow pointing fingers at the West and questioning Kyiv's leadership, even as Washington steps up its role in ongoing peace efforts. Franco Baranda has the latest.
Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has accused Western countries of deliberately undermining efforts to reach a peaceful resolution to the conflict in Ukraine. In a media interview, Lavrov claimed that Western leaders are looking for excuses to prevent negotiations, placing blame on both Europe and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky.
Против России. Просто ищут повод для того, чтобы переговоры не допустить. И хотят, чтобы это произошло не по их вине, не по вине Зеленского, который тоже артачится и какие-то условия выдвигает, требует немедленной встречи с Путиным, независимо ни от чего. Попытка нарушить тот процесс, который, в общем-то, был заложен президентами Путиным и Трампом, который дал очень неплохие результаты.
According to Lavrov, Russia's position in talks does not depend on Zelensky's demands, but is instead focused on lifting restrictions on Russian culture and the Ukrainian Orthodox Church. He also questioned Zelensky's legitimacy, suggesting Ukraine's leadership no longer has constitutional authority. The comments come as U.S. President Donald Trump met with Ukrainian and European leaders in Washington to follow up on agreements reached earlier this month at the Alaska summit. On the same day, Kremlin aide Yuri Ushakov announced that Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin had agreed to explore raising the level of Moscow-Kyiv representation in the future peace talks. Lavrov insisted that Moscow and Washington share the goal of ending the war, but accused European leaders of framing the conflict strictly in terms of military victory and defeat.
We want peace in Ukraine. President Trump wants peace in Ukraine. The reaction to Anchorage meeting, the gathering in Washington of these European representatives, and what they were doing after Washington indicates that they don't want peace. They say we cannot allow defeat of Ukraine. We cannot allow Russia to win. They speak in these terms: win, defeat, and so on and so forth.
The war in Ukraine began in February 2022 when Russia launched a military offensive after recognizing the independence of the self-declared Donetsk and Lugansk People's Republics. Moscow claimed Kyiv had failed to honor the 2014 Minsk agreements, while also demanding Ukraine remain neutral and outside NATO. Ukraine denounced the action as an invasion. President Zelensky declared martial law and ordered a general mobilization. Since then, the European Union and the United States have imposed multiple rounds of sanctions against Moscow while continuing military and financial support for Kyiv. Reporting for Newsline World, Franco Baranda, SMNI News.